like. Hi, YouTube. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Thursday. It's been a long week. It's been such a long week, but I'm here, okay? Hope you guys are doing good. Again, we're waiting on more people to come on in before we get started on our topic. If you're watching from YouTube, be sure to click the thumbs up button, okay? So today we're gonna have a discussion about what shrinking fibroids look like, because there's so many women that have fibroids that want to shrink their fibroids, right? And maybe are curious about the process. What does that look like? Like, what's happening in the body when your fibroids are shrinking? Like, what do you have to do to even start the process of the fibroid shrinking? What has to be done? What has to be addressed? There's so many questions that I get about fibroids and shrinking fibroids, and because that's what I do, that's what I help women with, and I love what I do. And I'm going to talk about a recent client of mine who's having amazing results in our program, who I'm currently working with, who I've been working with in our 6-week womb healing experience for 2 weeks now, and is already seeing the hardened fibroid belly shrink significantly. Okay, so I'm really excited about that. I love when my clients get amazing results, and I have a 55-year-old client who is ovulating and still having a period. So, which there's women that's even in their 30s that's not experiencing that, in 40s, right? She's 55, and she does want to have a baby, and we are prepping her womb and shrinking and dissolving her fibroids for that to happen. Okay, so just watch out for that amazing testimonial, because you guys know I always help women get pregnant naturally and help women with their bodies of fibroids. I love what you do, and I'm doing research until I can afford your service. I love that. Okay. Yes, I'm excited. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Sophia. I love what I do too. I love putting the power back into women's hands when it comes to their own health, when it comes to their reproductive health, because when it comes to their fertility, because a lot of women think that they're powerless when it comes to this. They think that they're slaves to their chronological age. They think that they're slaves to whatever the doctor says, and you're not. You're not. You have control over your body. You have control over your reproductive health. You have control over your fertility health, okay? So come on in, come on in. Tap on the screen as well, like the video so that we can get more women in here. And I hope that you're doing amazing. Hi, YouTube. Hi, TikTok. Tap on that screen. If you're watching me for the first time, let me know, okay? If you're watching me for the first time on YouTube, let me know. If you're here for the first time, let me know. Would love to know, okay? If you are returning, I'm happy that you're here as well. Let me know as well. Put a 1 in the chat if you've watched me, if you are returning, okay? Tap on that screen, ladies. Let's like the video. Let's tap, tap, tap. And if you're watching from YouTube, click the thumbs up button, okay? Not the heart button, the thumbs up button. That's the algorithm can push it out to more people. It's your first time, Amelia. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy that you're here. You're new, Chris. Okay, so we're talking about fibroids, okay? Womb issues, okay? So if you're a man, maybe somebody in your life has these issues, I don't know, but usually women watch my videos, okay? But anyway, so today I want to talk about what it looks like when your fibroids are shrinking, okay? I want to talk about what it looks like when your fibroids are shrinking. TikTok, come on, help me out with the likes. All you have to do is tap on the screen, ladies. It is free, okay? Help me out with the likes. Can we tap? Thank you. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but thank you for the likes. MPUSE. Thank you for the likes. You have a 10 centimeter fibroid. Okay, but maybe you okay. Okay, Chris, thank you for letting me know. Maybe you're using somebody else's profile, because I see a man on the profile picture. But okay, maybe you're using somebody else's profile, and that's okay. But yes, let's tap TikTok. Let's get to 1,000 likes, okay? And talk back to me today. Talk back to me. If you're dealing with fibroids, put a 1 in the chat. TikTok, put a 1 in the chat if you are dealing with fibroids. Chris said 10 centimeter fibroid. You're in the right place. Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb, because I don't know. Okay, sorry, YouTube. Okay, yes. Hi, Marsh. Yes, please like, share, subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe, okay? Share this live with somebody you know that has fibroids. They're going to need to watch this. If you're watching from YouTube, if you're watching from TikTok, okay? For those that are new, hi and welcome. If you're returning, if you're new, hi and welcome. My name is Sasha. I am a holistic womb specialist. What I do is I help women dissolve their fibroids and reverse chronic reproductive health conditions through my womb detoxification framework that targets the root cause, of fibroids, of endometriosis, of adenomyosis, of uterine prolapse, of hormonal issues, I help women get to the root cause and eradicate these issues, okay? That's what I do. I love what I do, and I love putting the power back into women's hands because you truly have control over your reproductive health, okay? You have control over your reproductive health, and it's important for you to take that control back, okay? So today we're talking about what does it look like? What does shrinking fibroids look like? The last couple of days, we talked about what has to be done to start the process of shrinking fibroids. And if you have not watched the part 1 and 2, how to start shrinking fibroids, you're gonna want to definitely watch that after this video. You can watch that on my YouTube channel, TikTok. You should be on my YouTube channel. You should be subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed already, if you want to know how to subscribe, all you have to do is click the link in my bio. Subscribe. We're almost at 1,000 likes on TikTok. Come on, TikTok. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You guys, put a 1 in the chat if you're dealing with fibroids. I want to know how many women in here are dealing with fibroids. YouTube, put a 1 in the chat if you're currently dealing with fibroids. TikTok, put a 1 in the chat if you're currently dealing with fibroids, okay? Y'all talk back to me. Y'all talk back to me. Let this not be a silent live, okay? I know it's late where I am, but one person. One person is dealing with fibroids between TikTok and YouTube, okay? One person in the live is dealing with fibroids. Where's everybody else? Okay, 2 people. Okay, so we got 2 people. YouTube, I guess you're gonna be quiet today, okay? Okay, I see some ones on TikTok. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so if you're dealing with if you're dealing on TikTok, if you're dealing with fibroids, put a 1 in the chat. If you're on YouTube and you're dealing with fibroids, put a 1 in the chat. Okay, I know y'all are shy. This is a safe space. Okay, this is a safe space. Okay, and YouTube, don't forget to click the thumbs up button because I see a lot of you guys in here. 10 of you guys in here. We only have 3 likes. What's going on? Thumbs up. Okay, let's the algorithm push this out to more women. Okay. So let's have a conversation. What does shrinking your fibroids actually look like? Okay. What does it look like to actually shrink your fibroids? Because a lot of women are let me know if you're on the journey of shrinking your fibroids naturally, because we should know by now that when we do these surgeries, they're not getting to the root cause of the problem. Fibroids is a full body issue. Before you can shrink fibroids, you need to understand and actually do it the right way, where it doesn't return come right back, or you're not on the hamster wheel of going from natural remedy to natural remedy. What you need to understand is that fibroids is a full body issue. I need y'all to hear me clearly. Fibroids is a full body issue. It's not just a uterine issue. So fibroids you don't know where to start. Okay, Chris, you're in the right place. Fibroids is it's not a uterine issue, not solely a uterine issue. It's a full body issue. So if we have fibroids, what is going on in the body? Our hormones are out of balance. Our elimination organs, our liver, our kidneys, right, are overloaded. Our lymphatic system is congested. Even our digestive system is backed up. It's a lot going on in the body when we have fibroids. It's a lot of things that have to occur for these tumors to develop. They don't just come out of the blue. I need you guys to understand. They don't just come out of the blue, and the fibroids they did not just occur because they're genetic. Yes, you can be more predisposed to fibroids, but that does not mean you have to develop them. You develop them because genetics are like, it's like you loading a gun, right? But you pulled the trigger by your lifestyle. You pulled the trigger by neglecting yourself. If you have fibroids, there's somehow, some way you have neglected yourself, spiritually, emotionally, physically, and we're going to talk about it. Thank you for all that you do. You're welcome. I appreciate it. You're welcome. I love what I do. Again, we got to put the power back into women's hands because there's millions of women around the world suffering with fibroids, suffering with endometriosis, suffering with ovarian cysts that are literally. Somebody sent me a video of a woman today that had a hysterectomy at the age of 32. Women think that they have to go through these surgeries. They have to go through these extremely harsh procedures in order to have a normal life, and that's not true. That's not true. Diagnosed last year with anxiety and OCD. So anxiety especially, that's due to low progesterone. That's associated with estrogen dominance. Okay? Thank God I found you on Clubhouse. Great. But Marsh, make sure that you're utilizing me too. Because if you're utilizing me, so let me say that again. Anxiety is associated with low progesterone. is associated with estrogen dominance. So if you are estrogen, if you have low progesterone, then of course you're going to have anxiety. This is why women that they're dealing with perimenopause are so anxious. And they think that that's normal because they're a certain age, and that's not true. You have to understand that your health, the reason why your health declines is never your age. It's because of the level of toxicity in your body. You've went years with these toxic habits, ignoring hormonal imbalances, and eventually that becomes compounded, right? So stop thinking that your age during, you're 40, so your hormones are supposed to be chaotic. No, your health is supposed to be bad. No. So what does it look like to shrink fibroids? Okay. Number one, if fibroids is a full body issue, you have to approach it as a full body issue. You can't just go from natural remedy. I'm going to try acupuncture this week. Next week, I'm going to try yoni steaming. The next week, I'm going to try, supplements and thinking that that's going to get rid of a 10 centimeter fibroid. If that's you, put a 1 in the chat. Because a lot of you guys, you're like, I've tried so many things. And you're literally trying random things. Like just a bunch of randomness. You're not approaching this as getting to the root cause of the problem. You're just approaching it as a uterine issue. Please, because mine has grown back after a myomectomy. Thank you so much, Kai, for letting me know that. Here's the thing. Fibroids always grow back after a myomectomy. Can I say, for y'all that are new, if you're new, put a 1 in the chat. If you're watching me for the first time, fibroids will always grow back after any procedure. Okay. And if they don't grow back, another estrogen dominant condition, you will develop another estrogen dominant condition if you don't get to the root cause of the problem. It's your first time. Okay. You're in the right place. As I always say, avoid these surgeries. I ain't going through that again. Yeah, you can't. Because if so, you're going to have to go through it over and over and over again. You got to get to the root cause of what created the fibroid. The surgery just takes out the fibroid. That's it. It doesn't address the conditions that cause the fibroid to develop. It does not address the conditions that cause the fibroid to develop. Is PCOS an estrogen dominant issue too? Absolutely. PCOS, endometriosis, the list is long. Even autoimmune disorders, even a lot of things that you guys think are normal, from having a chaotic cycle period, heavy bleeding, irregular periods, are estrogen dominant issues. So this is why it's so important that women have to understand and know when their body is showing them symptoms, right? That is showing them that it's out of balance. Okay. I don't understand. I got pregnancy. There's no fibroid on the first 2 scans, 7 and 10 weeks. While I have that and fibroids, okay, the doctors can't help me. Yeah, doctors are not there to help you heal. I want y'all to understand me clearly. Doctors are not there to help you heal. Doctors are there to prescribe you medication, to surgically cut you open, to diagnose you. They're never there to heal. And I always say this to women that have these fibroids, that have these reproductive health issues. You continuously go into the doctor. What are you expecting? They're not there for you to heal. They're not there. Doctors don't heal. We should know that. If you live in a Western world, whether it's the UK, America, a first world country, you should know that doctors don't heal. Okay? Doctors don't heal. Let me say it again, because you guys are going to say, my doctor said this, my doctor said that. People love to say that to me. And I'm like, why are you telling a holistic womb specialist this, what your doctor said? Right? Why? You're in the UK. Great. I'm in Spain. So you right a couple countries away. Okay? I've had plenty of clients in the UK. Plenty of them. But yes, if you're in the UK, same thing. And let me tell you, with that free healthcare, I heard about the NHS. They're even worse. Am I saying it right? I've heard that they're even worse. They really don't understand and don't care about women's reproductive health conditions. Those doctors in the UK, America thinks they have it bad. America thinks they have it. Y'all do. But UK doctors, I heard, are 10 times. I've had clients in the UK. Their doctors don't do anything about fibroids and besides surgically cut them open. I need y'all to understand this clearly. Doctors can't help you with fibroids. Okay? I had to realize that myself many years ago. That's where freedom came in. Because I was steadily going to the doctor, to get this test done, to get that test done, to go to ultrasound, to do this. Ask my doctor 100 times, what should I do? I got fibroids. What is the doctor going to do? Besides give you the surgery. So you have to ask yourself, why am I keep going there? Why am I continuously going there? I'm not saying don't go to the doctor. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that you're going for a problem that they can't solve. So then what? So then what? It's been emotional need, natural remedies. What do you mean? I'm not understanding. I'm 26, started a family. Wanted to start a family, and they found one fibroid. Death on one surgery. Yeah, Vanessa. You're so young. You're so young. But okay, so Chris, I'm going back to your comment. While I have that in fibroids, the doctors can't help me. Okay, I read that already. By 16 weeks, it was 7 centimeters. Fibroids grow rapidly during pregnancy. Let me say that again. Fibroids, because your hormone levels are higher. Fibroids grow very rapidly during pregnancy. As a matter of fact, I know somebody that had a 2 centimeter, had a 2 centimeter fibroid, was just a couple months pregnant. By the time she was delivered, it was like 13 to 14 centimeters. Fibroids grow rapidly during pregnancy, right? This is why I tell women, before you get pregnant, get your body at the optimum level of, get your body at the most optimum level of health as you possibly can. That's going to be fibroid free. That's going to be hormones in balance. Don't go into pregnancy knowingly having fibroids. That's going to cause more issues. That's going to cause high risk pregnancy. We don't want that. We want these babies to have a safe space to land and to grow and to thrive for 10 months, where it's really you're pregnant really for 10 months. You can't do that with fibroids. Why should your baby have to battle fibroids in the womb? Why? We have to do better. And we are in this time now where people are doing parenting differently, right? They're learning from our elders. Some of them just had a lot of toxic ways that they parented children. So the same thing applies to health, right? These conditions don't just occur in children. All of these kids have, what's going on with children nowadays with the sickness is crazy. Kids have so many health conditions these days, it's not normal. But it starts with the parents. What are the parents actually attending to their own health before having these babies, before conceiving? We have to do better. We have to do better. The doctor said I don't have endometriosis or PCOS, but I have fibroids and hair loss. That's hormonal imbalance. Yeah. Estrogen dominance and hair loss goes hand in hand. Okay. Unfortunately. Under the spectrum of estrogen dominance, there's so many health conditions that can happen with the body. It is and I actually wrote, if you are in my, if you subscribe to Sacred Womb Letters, I wrote an extremely amazing long article about that yesterday. Okay, so if you're not subscribed to Sacred Womb Letters, subscribe. The link is in my bio, okay? And read that article, and it's how to prevent fibroids from turning into cancer. Because you guys have to understand, estrogen dominance is not just about fibroids and endometriosis and PCOS. It's also breast cancer, uterine cancer, ovarian cancer. It's nothing to play with. Hey, Mary, welcome. It's nothing to play with. It's nothing to play with. So this is something that you can reverse. You can reverse estrogen dominance, right? So why are we continuously allowing it to just take hold of our bodies when we can reverse it? Okay, so oh my God, I was told the total opposite. The total opposite of what? Ashay, I need to find a natural remedy. So K, I think it's I don't know if it's K. It's not about finding a natural remedy. It's about getting to the root cause of the problem. There is no magic remedy that can get rid of fibroids. Let me say that again, because some of you guys have been searching for years and trying everything for years. There's no magic remedy that can get rid of fibroids. Not one magic remedy. Is about getting to the root cause of the problem. I have a client right now in my 6-week womb healing experience that's only been working with me for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And let me tell you about what she's experienced in just 2 weeks. She just finished her period recently, and it was much better than usual. The flow is a lot lighter. She has fibroids. She has 5 fibroids. And I just posted a video, a video about us discussing this, and she approved of that, of course. She has a fibroid belly to the point where she couldn't even see her feet. In just 2 weeks, it's already, she said, I can see my feet now. It's her fibroid belly, which is this is the hard belly that you have due to fibroids, right? That hard belly that a lot of you guys think is bloating. It's the fibroids pressing on the the fibroids causing the uterus to expand. It's starting to go down. Her fibroid belly. I told her by the end of the 6 weeks, and that's only in 2 weeks in the 6-week program, in the 6-week womb healing experience. I told her by the end of that, at least one of those fibroids would have completely dissolved by the end of the 6 weeks, if not 2 of them, because they're small. A couple of them are really small. So it's really important that you know and understand that, okay? How can we reverse it? By getting to the root cause of the problem. What's the most impactful way to keep your hormones balanced? That's a good question. The most impactful way to keep your hormones in balance is to, how can I say this? Every single day, monitor your habits, right? Your habits should be in line with keeping you healthy. It shouldn't be the other way around. A lot of people, their habits are actually causing them hormonal imbalance. So every single habit you have from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, what are your habits? Are you sleeping enough? Like, what are you feeding your body? Like, what are you, who are you engaging with, right? Who are you, what are you living a life? Are you living or are you just existing, right? Is your life filled with, of course, life is not perfect, but if your life filled with happiness or is it filled with overwhelm and dread and misery and what are your thoughts like during the day? All of that matters. Everything matters. Everything. How are you living your life? Okay. Can I work with you from South Africa? Yes, you can work with me from anywhere in the world. I'm in Spain right now. You can work with me from anywhere in the world. I've had clients in New Zealand, in Australia, in the UK, in Africa, in Kenya, to be exact, Ghana. Of course, majority of my clients from the States, Canada, from Jamaica, and other Caribbean countries. So all over the world, all over the world. So if you have Wi-Fi, you can work with me. Period. Okay. But sugar and spice, I hope I answered your question, right? That's a good question because a lot of women will just ask, well, how do you balance your hormones? How does your hormones, and when you ask that, ask yourself, how did my hormones become out of balance? How did my hormones become, and how are they still out of balance? How are they staying out of balance? What am I doing every single day that's causing this? Okay, they said it's adenomyosis. They said what was adenomyosis? So, okay, so let's get to the topic. I have adult acne, fibroids, but according to my test, my hormones are balanced. It's crazy. I'm happy you said that. Y'all gonna learn to leave these damn hormone tests at your endocrinologist alone. Y'all gonna learn to leave these tests alone. These old, outdated tests that don't dig deep enough, you're putting tests over your own body. What are the symptoms your body is showing you? Fibroids is a symptom. Adenomyosis is a symptom. So you're putting a test over your symptoms, what your body's actually showing you. The test is a waste of time. It's a waste of time. These tests that y'all take at these doctor's office, y'all gonna learn to leave them alone. People always come to me and ask me, before I work with you, do I have to do testing? I'm like, absolutely not. We go by what's going on with your body. The symptoms your body are showing you. That's the test right there. But this is how they teach you how to be disconnected from your own body. This is how you were taught. You were taught to be disconnected from your own body. You're putting what a test says over the results your body's giving you. This is why a lot of women are completely disconnected from their own bodies, right? They don't understand their bodies. They don't even understand y'all have to stop. I definitely learn because that doesn't make any sense. It don't make no sense. That's why I tell you to stop going to them for reproductive health. Stop going to the doctors they don't have the answers. I'm 35 with acne. Yeah, because you're estrogen dominant. When you're estrogen dominant, that liver is overloaded. The kidneys are not filtering like they're supposed to. Of course, you're gonna have skin issues, right? So that shows that your body's overloaded. That's an internal problem. That's not a lot of people when they have acne, when they have skin issues, they're looking for topical things. That's a waste of their time. That's the internal problem, hon. Okay? I don't know how they are unbalanced. Jasmine, are you dealing with fibroids? I don't know what to do with that comment. They said it's adenomyosis, but I've been doing so much research. So your doctor's diagnosed with you with adenomyosis. Okay, so what are your symptoms? What's going on with your cycle? Yes, okay. So if you have fibroids, by default, your hormones are out of balance. Your hormones are out of balance by default. If you have adenomyosis, if you have PCOS, by default, your hormones are out of balance. Your hormones have to be out of balance before these conditions can develop in the body, okay? I want to make that very clear, okay? Very, very clear so you can understand, because a lot of women don't associate fibroids with their hormones being out of balance. It's your hormones are out of balance when you have fibroids. It's not the fibroid causing your hormones to be out of balance. It's the fact that your hormones were out of balance. That was the reason you developed fibroids, okay? Hopefully that's clear. Estrogen dominance is a hormonal imbalance. It's a very serious hormonal imbalance. It's a series of hormonal imbalance, but it's a hormonal imbalance, okay? Can eating meat cause fibroids, or is that a myth? It depends on so many different factors. But if you have fibroids, you shouldn't be eating meat. I'm going to say that right now. And the reason why I say that is because your body's overloaded. So why would you overload it even more with meat? Meat doesn't digest. You need to be eating easily digestible foods when you have fibroids. But I'm going to leave that alone. I don't want to talk about diet, because when I talk about diet, people are like, what about this? What about this? What about that? If you want to know what you should eat and what you should not eat, I have a grocery shopping list and on YouTube. The link is in the description box. Okay, just FYI. Okay, if you guys want that, you go to the YouTube channel that I'm streaming live from right now and look at the description box. There's a grocery shopping list there. Okay, so what is shrinking fibroids? What does that look like? What does that look like? Number one, I've been looking at the bean diet, prioritizing fiber lately. Just eat fiber. You don't have to eat beans. Eat fiber. You know, there's so many things that have fiber. Oh damn! I'm stop eating my chicken. Listen, you gotta stop eating things that feed fibroids. Okay. It should not. And let me say this. Let me just say this. It should not be nothing from an animal. It's just gonna feed the fibroid. Okay. So, what does shrinking fibroids look like? Let me get to the actual topic for today. You have to open up those elimination organs. Okay, when you have fibroids, again, the systems in your body are overloaded. The organs in your body are overloaded, right? This is why, your hormones are out of balance. This is why your periods are chaotic. This is why you're bleeding so much during your cycle. You're hemorrhaging during your cycle. This is why you're passing clots during your cycle. This is why your cycle is lasting so long that you're anemic. I always tell you guys, it's not normal to be hemorrhaging, hemorrhaging. It's not normal to be hemorrhaging. So they did a laparoscopy, didn't find endo, so it was adenomyosis. They said it was nothing to prove it. Do you have any symptoms? So vegan diet will help. I don't promote the vegan diet because the vegan diet has soy. So no, a womb healing diet will help, but it's not just diet alone. Diet alone is not going to heal you, but diet is an important factor, okay? Because I want to say that because a lot of people say, well, I changed my diet and I still have fibroids. It's not diet alone. It's more than just changing your diet, but start with that. Start with that, okay? So opening up the elimination organs, you have to understand when you have fibroids, your elimination organs, the organs that help your body rid itself of waste, is overloaded. It's overloaded. It can't do its job. Your liver can't do its job effectively. It can't keep waste out effectively. The lymphatic system, which is literally, the garbage disposal in your body, cannot do its job effectively. So there's a lot of toxins recirculating in the body, right? This is why actual tumors are actually able to form. This is why your period is so chaotic, right? All of these things are going on. This is why your hormones are out of balance. This is why you're having skin issues. This is why your hair is falling out, right? All of these things are going on because your body's not running the way it's supposed to. There's a lot of stagnation and waste in the body. And this also affects your immune system because you have to understand too, this is why when women have fibroids, it's rarely just fibroids. It's always fibroids in another health condition. fibroids and adenomyosis, or fibroids and endometriosis, or fibroids and PCOS, or fibroids and ovarian cyst, or fibroids in an autoimmune disorder, or fibroids in IBS, it's rarely just fibroids. And if it is just fibroids in the meantime, there's another condition that comes along later. And a lot of women don't connect the dots. They don't realize that these things have the same root causes. So when you don't address the fibroids, when you don't do the work to, again, address the root cause, you just, like I said, it's just compounded toxicity in the body. Your health gets worse and worse. And in women, this is why women that have fibroids also deal with really bad perimenopause symptoms, really horrible menopause. And let me just say this, your fibroids are not going to shrink with menopause if you don't do anything about them. They're not going to shrink with menopause. That's a lie. I have to say that in every live, because there's always there's still a lot of women out there that believe that lie. There was somebody literally that came on my live that was 60 years old dealing with fibroids. And that's not rare. That's actually the norm these days. Unfortunately, 60 to 70-year-olds are dealing with fibroids. So if you don't get if you don't get in front of it now, it's going to be your reality for upcoming decades. Women in their 30s, 20s, 30s, 40s, if you don't deal with your fibroids now, it's going to be your reality for upcoming decades. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like problems. I don't like reoccurring problems. This is why I did the work to get rid of my fibroids, and that was it. I never had fibroids issue. I had fibroids twice, not once, but twice. I went through the surgery. Of course, they came back, and I went through the journey of healing my body, because it wasn't just the fibroids. My hormones were out of balance. My period was horrible, right? My mood was horrible. I had crazy anxiety. So it was a lot of health things going on. I had, anemia really bad. Oh my God, it was affecting my everyday life, like horribly. My chest was pounding, and I was dealing with this in my 20s. And since I went on the journey of self-healing, never had to deal with the problem again, right? Read books, research, understand fibroids and where they come from. I did the work. Worked under people. I did the work. So I did the work so I wouldn't have this continuously reappear in my life. Saying I don't like reoccurring problems. Yeah, reoccurring problems are the worst. And some of you guys have had fibroids multiple times. They keep coming back up because you haven't dealt with the root cause. You think that tea is going to get rid of these fibroids. Y'all have to stop with that and actually get to the root of why the fibroids developed. And I know we live in a society that likes microwave healing, that likes fast results. I get it. But guess what? That's not going to serve you when it comes to your health. This is your uterus we're talking about, your sacred space you were talking about. And if there's an issue with the womb, there's an issue with the entire body. Understand and know that your body works together as a whole. If there's an issue with the womb, there's an issue with the entire body. I just explained to you guys what's going on in the body when you have fibroids. Okay, so you have to address the elimination organs. Those organs that help your body dispose of waste, you have to make sure that they're healthy and they're doing their job efficiently and effectively, okay? You have to reduce the inflammation in your body. If you have fibroids, your body's inflamed. I need you guys to understand. This is why there are tumors present, right? Your body's inflamed. What are you doing every single day that's keeping your body inflamed? From stress to what you're eating to not getting enough sleep. What habits are you engaging in? What thoughts are you thinking to get continuously have an inflamed body, right? Fibroids and health cannot coexist together. Did you know that? Fibroids cannot coexist in a healthy body. Fibroids cannot live in a healthy body. They can't survive in a healthy body. Did you guys know that? They can only survive where there's toxicity, there's stagnation, okay? There's hormonal imbalance, right? There's congestion, there's inflammation. They can't survive in a healthy body. Does depression feed fibroids? Well, it's actually the other way. It's actually the other way around. When you have fibroids, you're estrogen dominant, right? So that does, unfortunately, when your hormones are out of balance, it does affect your brain chemistry, right? It affects all your bodily functions. So this does, like I said, it can create depression. Estrogen dominance can cause depression. As somebody that used to struggle with depression as well and anxiety. Yes. So it's not necessarily the depression causes feed fibroids. It's actually the fact that estrogen dominance is what can cause depression, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Is that a typo? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so regulating cortisol and insulin. I need y'all to hear me good. Thank you so much for the gift. I appreciated that. Thank you, Pinky. I need y'all to hear me good. It all makes sense because I'm a very upbeat person before this. Oh, I'm so sorry, sugar. Yeah, as somebody, I get it. When I was dealing with fibroids, I was very depressed too. And the fibroids, it seemed like the fibroids was what was making me depressed, but it wasn't really the fibroids. It was my hormones were out of balance. When your hormones are out of balance, you're not even yourself. Did you know that? You're not even yourself. Your brain chemistry is affected when your hormones are imbalance. This is why you guys have all these mood disorders from anxiety, depression, and not feeling like yourself, and being like, all of this stuff is not normal. I know society has normalized it and make it seem like, oh, it's just a condition. That's it. There's nothing that you could do besides take pills. No. So you said that my insulin has to do. Yes, it does. Legit, I'm so angry. Like, yeah. Yes. When you're dealing with fibroids, right? A lot of people just think that it's estrogen and progesterone are what's being affected. No. Before you can even get to the sex hormones, before the sex hormones can be affected, those foundational hormones have to be impacted first. So this is why when you have fibroids, you can't just go straight up. You can't just go straight and deal with, how do I lower my estrogen levels? How do I increase progesterone? You can't go straight to the sex hormones, because you have to go to the foundational hormones. What are actually causing the sex hormones to become out of balance? Cortisol, insulin. And if cortisol is impacted, they work together, insulin will be dysregulated as well. I don't care what your test says. I'm telling you what your body says. You can do more research on this, okay? I don't care what you've been diagnosed with. I just said that earlier. Y'all, in these tests. And it's known that blood sugar, even when the insulin is high, blood sugar will compensate for a while. A lot of people these tests don't dig deep enough. Just understand that. Y'all can do your own research on that, okay? If you're going based off tests and not based off the symptoms your body is giving you, that's a problem. That's the problem. So go based off what your body is showing you. Cortisol and insulin. The body's in a state of stress. That impacts the sex hormones. And plus the other, not just even the sex hormones, other hormones, the thyroid hormones, right? Melatonin, the hormone hierarchy. Study the hormone hierarchy. You cannot address the sex hormones without first addressing the foundational hormones, okay? It's important that you know that you have to understand your body as a woman. We have to understand our bodies as women. Too many women don't understand their bodies. This is why they get sucked into all these fibroids and adenomyosis and PCOS and don't know what to do, and think that surgery is going to cure them, and it's not. I'm tired of hearing women that have endometriosis that's had surgery after surgery after surgery after surgery. Like, damn. Okay? I'm tired of hearing women that have fibroids that's having surgery after procedure, after this, after that. We have to understand the surgeries are not going to heal you. They're just temporary relief. You got to get to the root cause of the problem. Stop allowing them to continuously cut into you. Stop allowing them to continuously use you for medical practice. That's what, or medical malpractice, because you guys know. Never mind. Let me not go there. But you got to regulate the cortisol and the insulin. You got to start with that first, okay? And you're talking to, for those that are watching me for the first time, you're talking to somebody that's helped hundreds of women at this point heal their wombs. Not just shrink fibroids, dissolve fibroids, reverse endometriosis, reverse adenomyosis. We have testimonials to prove it, okay? So if you are watching me for the first time, get on our email list. You need to be in our email list, okay? The link is in my bio to get on our email list. If you're watching me from YouTube, the link is in my description box. Get on my email list, okay? We also have a program that's open right now called our 6-week womb healing experience, where I'm working with women all the way up until the end of the year in order to transform the health of their wombs. Okay, so if you want more information about our 6-week program, the 6-week womb healing experience, be sure to click the link in my bio. Okay, and if you're watching from YouTube, be sure to click the link in my description box. I've been dealing with malcramp. Okay, I'm not I'm not talking about cramping. I'm talking about fibroids. Okay. So don't just come in here and ask random questions. Let's keep it on topic, okay? If you're dealing with mild cramping every day, that's a problem. That's a problem. All right, go to the doctor. All right, so replenishing minerals in your body. If you have fibroids, you're minerally deficient. You're dehydrated on a cellular level. You got to get to the root cause of the problem, okay? You have to start replenishing minerals. And I don't mean these random supplements. I don't mean these taking random supplements. I mean, actually, number one, start eating your nutrients. We've forgotten how to do that. We want to eat a trash diet, right? And then just take supplements and think that that's going to help. Has that worked for you? I'm asking you, has that worked for you? No. So start eating your nutrients. So true. Sasha just said a word right there. A lot of women don't understand their bodies. They don't. And it shows. It shows because you have women trusting tests over their own bodies. Like you said, it's hormonal imbalance. The fibroids is just a symptom. It's literally all it is. The fibroids is just a symptom. If you're a woman and you don't understand your body, you're at a huge disadvantage. You're at a huge disadvantage. And you know what actually pains me even more? I have teenage girls reaching out to me, and I don't work with teenagers. I don't work with anybody under, I really 21, but 18. We'll say 18, right? But their moms are not teaching them this stuff. They're having to learn by my TikTok videos. That's a shame. That's a shame. So moms, y'all have to do better. How can you be there for your daughters if you don't even understand your own body? You don't even understand your own body as a woman. You're telling your daughter, hey, get pap smears and go to the doctor. Y'all got to stop. You're setting them up. You're setting them up, okay? You're setting them up for the same conditions that you have. Literally. That's not how you take care of yourself. That's not how getting pap smears and all this BS, getting all these procedures that are actually ruin the integrity of the cervix is not how you take care of yourself, okay? Let me just make that very clear. If I get fibroids removed, do they usually come back? Yes. We talked about that already. Absolutely. If you're watching for the first time, do not get them removed. Shrink and dissolve them naturally. Get to the root cause of the problem. They will come back once you get them removed. And every woman that I've told not to have surgery and they've had surgery, they've all grown their fibroids back. I'm not saying you have to listen to me, but I'm saying I've been doing this for many years. And I've been through that same thing. They will grow back if you have surgery. I'm going to say that again. So you should not be having surgery. You should not be having UFE procedures. You should be actually doing the work, healing your womb, getting to the root cause of what caused the fibroids to occur in the first place. What caused the fibroids to occur in the first place? That's what you want to address. Surgery can't do that for you, okay? So another thing that we must do when we have fibroids is to heal our gut. If you have fibroids, that gut is backed up. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate it. Thank you, Fashionette. If you have fibroids, your gut is backed up. Okay, let me say that again. If you have fibroids, thank you, Kay, for the gifts. Thank you. If you have fibroids, your gut is backed up. You have to heal your gut. That's so important. You have to heal your gut, okay? So we have to eat more easily digestible foods. We have to really work on our stress levels because that also too ruins the gut. Yes, right? I want you guys to start adopting healthier habits, okay? And anything else you recommend? Anything else I recommend about what? Start adopting healthier habits. How do we heal our guts? I'm set for surgery next month, but this will be my second time. Fashionette, you may want to cancel. Makes so much sense. My gut is often swollen and bloated. Yes, I was just talking about my client who's literally been working with me for 2 weeks. Let me say that again. Literally been working with me for 2 weeks and has seen a difference in her I call it the fibroid belly. The fibroid belly occurs when you're always you have the appearance of looking pregnant, but you're not really pregnant. It's the fibroid pushing out the uterus, causing the uterus to be enlarged. That's very common with women that have fibroids, especially women that have multiple fibroids or large fibroids, right? So it's like that bloated look that you have almost every single day. That's what I call the fibroid belly. My client, just in 2 weeks of working with me in the 6-week womb healing experience, has already noticed her fibroid belly decreasing. She was like, I can see my feet now. I just posted the video, literally, today. You guys can go to the YouTube channel, and also you guys can go to the my TikTok to watch it. I was thinking the same thing of canceling my appointment. What is surgery gonna do for you? I'm asking y'all a question. Anybody a question, not just you guys. What is surgery going to do for you? I have 7, 2, or 3.5 a piece. They want to remove them. So once they remove them, then what? My doctor only pushes surgery because of the pain. So hey, Soulful Leo, it's been a while. So once they remove the fibroids, then what? Okay, they're causing heavier periods. Okay, so, and you're literally talking to somebody that's been through that, y'all. That's been through the surgery and had them grow back very shortly after. And had to go on a womb healing journey myself. I know what it feels like. And usually the surgery comes from almost desperation, just wanting to feel better, wanting to have better periods, wanting to have your life back. I totally understand. But guess what? You know why you're approaching it wrong? Because you're looking at the fibroid as the problem. The fibroid is not the problem. The fibroid is a symptom of a bigger problem going on in your body. Let me say that again. The fibroid is not the problem. It's a symptom of a bigger problem going on in your body. So the surgeries only provide temporary relief. I always tell the story of a woman that came to me a few months ago. She had 5 myomectomies. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. Over the course of about 12, 13 years, she's had 5 myomectomies. 5. And still had fibroids. And then they said that the uterus, she wants to have a baby. And they're saying the uterus is not strong enough to carry a baby. They're saying that her uterus is riddled with scar tissue. Because you guys y'all don't know this, but a lot of you guys don't understand and know this, but these surgeries called scar tissue. Yes. In the uterus. You're cutting into your uterus. You're cutting into your uterus over something that you can heal naturally. Does that make sense? To go through this invasive surgery? Somebody said I did too. And Marsh still has the fibroids too. So what are we doing here with this? What do you want to accomplish with these surgeries, ladies? I'm still waiting on the answer. Now you can do whatever you want to, of course, but it should make sense. Surgery is not a joke, right? It's not a joke. Yes, I've seen scar tissue damage. Oh yeah. I have several clients that have come to me with scar tissue damage and fibroids from surgeries. From past surgeries. Several. But you know what? Can that be healed naturally? Yes. Have I helped women dissolve that naturally as I'm helping them dissolve the fibroids? Yes. But it's just like I said, it's just the surgeries are just not worth it. They're not worth it. You're going to regrow the fibroids. Scars can be healed. They can be healed. Uterine scarring can be healed. They can be healed naturally. So do you have a guide? I'm new here. God sent you to me to see. Yeah, I think you meant God sent you to me for me to see. I don't have a guide, but I have programs and I have courses where women work with me. So if you're interested, I do have a 6-week womb healing experience that's open. If you want more information about that, the link is in my bio, where you can work with me from now to, it's kind of time sensitive though, because we're closing up soon, where you can work with me from now to the end of the year. This is for women that strictly want to transform the health of their womb. They want to significantly shrink their large fibroids and they want to get rid of their smaller fibroids. If you have smaller fibroids, you can't get rid of them in 6 weeks. If you know how to target the root cause and you understand how to target the fibroids, okay? You can also get on my email list. I have an email list. If you just want to be on the email list, that's totally fine. Get on the email list. Get on our YouTube channel. We have tons of YouTube videos. The link is in my bio, okay? And risk us having babies. And when we do, we have C-sections. I regret yeah, exactly. So you guys are having these surgeries and then you can't have natural birth afterwards. Because they're like, oh, you're going to risk, rupturing your uterus, whatever excuse they give you to cut you open. Any excuse to cut you open. Is it worth it though? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? What do you use to check progress? What do you mean? Like you mean about Oh, that's a good question. So guess what? You know how intelligent your body is, Sugar Spice? Your body is so intelligent. So when you start getting rid of your fibroids, let me tell you, and this is what I've seen in myself and my clients, right? Your skin will start glowing more. You'll start sleeping better, right? Your fibroid belly will start going down. Like my client now that's been working with me for 2 weeks will literally start going down. And I've had many clients that have had huge fibroid bellies and have completely dissolved. One did in a month in the 6-week womb healing experience. And if you want more information about her, she's in the pinned comments in my on TikTok. But I always show her off as a testimonial all the time because her story is just amazing. And she was in the 6-week womb healing experience. So you notice that the fibroid belly goes down. Your periods start getting a lot better. So the next period you have, let's say you have a 7-day period that's heavily bleeding, which a lot of women that have fibroids have heavy bleeding, right? You're bleeding. My client another client in the 6-week womb healing experience went from 7 days heavily bleeding, couldn't do anything, used to wear adult diapers during her cycle. She went from that in 4 weeks of working with me in the 6-week womb healing experience. She went from that to wearing a regular pad, being able to move around, being able to actually live her life and be free on her period. She was like so happy. She was actually, I did a testimonial video with her and it's actually posted on TikTok and on YouTube, okay? So do they do exercise? I would say this is, okay. So exercise and fibroids, a lot of people think that exercise actually contributes to getting rid of fibroids and it doesn't. However, exercise is good for just your health in general. So did they do exercise? They did exercise, but I require movement, not necessarily going to the gym, if that makes sense. So you do have to move your body. You can't be stagnant. You can't be sedentary because that's just not, you have to move the lymphatic system, right? So you do have, exercise is necessary for your health and for your wellness. However, is exercise alone going to have an impact on the fibroids? No. I have a fibroid, no symptoms, regular cycle. Should I get it removed? No. You should get rid of, you should get to the root cause of the problem and get rid of it naturally. When you say no symptoms, what do you mean? Because when I hear no symptoms, it's because they don't know that it's a symptom, right? So regular cycles, are your cycles 3 days or less? Are in light, right? Do you need heavy pads, super pads? Do you have cramps? Do you have breast tenderness? Do you have any symptoms at all? Clots? Do you anemia? So when I hear no symptoms, typically it's symptoms, but you just don't know that they're symptoms, okay? You're welcome. Hopefully I bleed all the time. It's hideous. Well, it's not, I wouldn't say it's hideous. Let's not say it's hideous. Let's say that your body's giving you feedback. Your body's giving you feedback. It's letting you know that it's inflamed. Your body's letting you know that it's in a state of stress. That's your body giving you feedback. Never look at your body as hideous. Never look at your bodily fluids as a woman as hideous. I know society will tell you that, but your blood is not hideous. It's giving you feedback. It's a reflection of what's going on within, okay? Yes, my cycles are light, 3 days, breast tenderness. Okay, breast tenderness, even once I cramp, that's not normal. That's not normal, ladies. That's low progesterone. Cramping, literally, that's one of the fibroid symptoms. So you do have symptoms, right? So we have to recognize what's normal and what's not normal. That's part of the problem too. Okay, the situation is hideous. Okay, but guess what? How can I say this? We can heal that naturally. So what are you doing to heal? What are you doing to take care of the problem? Okay. We don't want to just talk about how bad it is. We want to also get healed this naturally because you have more control. Like I said in the beginning of the live stream, you have more control than you think. You have more control than you think over your health. You have control over your reproductive health. Don't you know that? You don't need any procedure. You need to get to the root cause of the problem. You need to get to the root cause of the problem and shrink and dissolve your fibroid. And also that's going to help you stop the bleeding. Balance your hormones. What can I do for low progesterone? Low progesterone means that your body's estrogen. If you have fibroids, you're estrogen dominant. So instead of asking what you should do for one hormone, when all your hormones are off, when majority of your hormones are off, you want to get to the root cause of the problem and ask yourself, why are my hormones out of balance, right? Never just approach it with one hormone. Your body works as a whole, okay? Your body works as a whole. Toxicity in the body and the body being inflamed and under stress causes the bleeding. Okay, causes the bleeding. Okay, so it's bleeding every day. I know that as somebody that dealt with that a long time ago, when I developed fibroids the second time, that can be very scary when you're bleeding every day. But understand that it's your body giving you feedback. Green tea I drink, do you agree with this? You can drink green tea, but it's not going to get rid of fibroids. I know that's the myth that you were told online. They say green tea, vitamin D, you can drink it all you want to. You know, it's fine, but it's fine. It's not going to, just make sure that it doesn't have caffeine. You can drink it all you want to as long as it doesn't have caffeine, but it's not going to get rid of the fibroid. The fibroid will still be there, okay? We have to get to the root cause of the problem and stop looking for a quick fix, okay? Fibroid elimination begins when the internal environment becomes incompatible with fibroids. Let me say that again. Fibroid elimination occurs when the internal environment becomes incompatible with fibroids. So if you have fibroids, it's because your internal environment allows for fibroids to exist. It's because the body is actually in an unhealthy state. So should we stop caffeine if we're trying to shrink it? You tell me. If you're trying to shrink a fibroid, a tumor, why would you take a stimulant? What does caffeine do to the kidneys and the liver and what does it do to the body? It actually dehydrates you further, dehydrates your body, pulls water from your body and your tissues. And if you have fibroids, you're already dehydrated on a cellular level. When you guys drink caffeine, do you feel good? Or do you feel more pain? Okay, so yeah. Because I don't want to get into, is this good? Is that good? Is that good? Okay, this is not the type of life. We want to approach things as a whole, right? But there are certain things that you do that worsen the problem. Caffeine is one of them, right? We talked about meat earlier. How if you are, I'm not saying that, oh my God, I don't want to be like this. Yes, I do follow what some would consider a plant-based diet void of animal products, right? Personally. But I'm not one of those people that tries to shame people that eat meat or dairy, because that was me at one point in my life, right? But at the same time, I'm saying that women that have fibroids should not be eating those things because they contribute further to the problem, okay? And they feed the actual fibroid. I appreciate you so much. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're so welcome. I love doing these lives. I really do. And I love educating women, letting them know, because like I said, too many women out there don't understand and don't know their bodies. And this is why I do these. And when it comes to information about fibroids, let me just say this. The majority of the information online about fibroids is BS. It's either get surgery, get a UFE procedure, or it's take a random supplement, or do this or vitamin D pill or whatever, and the fibroids will go away. Y'all have to stop falling for that stuff. And then there's me telling women, no. There's a reason why your body developed fibroids. This is why I have the client results that I have, because I know what I'm talking about. I've been studying fibroids for years, back and front. And not just fibroids, other reproductive health conditions as well, but especially fibroids. So I know what the hell I'm talking about. This is why my clients are able to get rid of multiple fibroids at a time. Check out our testimonials if you haven't already, okay? And the reason why I love what I do, it's making me do this thing on TikTok. Hold on. You know how it makes you verify yourself after you've been on here for like an hour. But the reason why I love what I do is because when you're working with me, it doesn't take long to see results. It doesn't take long to see results because we actually targeting the root cause. We're not going all around and trying this herb and trying that. No, we're getting to the root cause. We're annihilating what is causing the fibroids to actually grow and thrive and develop. We're getting to the roots. Root cause healing, that's what I do, okay? So I say all this to say that if you're interested in working with me, The 6-week womb healing experience is now open. Okay, it's been open. It's open. Where I'm working with women until the end of 2025 to fix their fibroids, to dissolve their fibroids before 2026. Okay? To dissolve the smaller fibroids before 2026 and to significantly shrink the larger fibroids, to be void of fibroid symptoms, to improve their menstrual cycles, to improve their iron levels, right? To give them their lives back. Only that too, to completely restore their hormonal balance and to be aligned more with their bodies, right? So that you don't feel like your body's fighting against you. Your body's never fighting against you. It's always trying to either work with you or get your attention. It's you fighting against you. It's not your body. Okay? So if you're interested in working with me, the 6-week womb healing experience, the link is in my bio. Okay? If you want to work with me, if you want to become a client of mine, the 6-week womb healing experience, we do have our Detoxify Your Womb program, which is a higher program as well, but check them out. The link is in my bio. Also, get on our email list. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, okay? And YouTube, if you want to learn more about our 6-week womb healing experience that's currently open, the link is in my description box, okay? Let's go. I'm trying to heal as many wounds before 2026 as possible. As many wounds before 2026 as possible, okay? So would that be you, right? Will that be you? You have to ask yourself, you have to answer that question. All right? That's it, ladies. I hope that you enjoyed this live. If you came in the middle of it, if you came in towards the end, make sure that you watch the replay. You're going to want to watch the replay. It was a good live, okay? Watch the, and actually, you guys asked really good questions. I will say that. Y'all asked very good questions. Y'all had some great comments, so thank you for that. But if you are just coming in, click the link in my bio, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I will not forever be on TikTok. I will not be on TikTok forever, okay? But I will be on YouTube. So be sure that you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Sacred Womb Letters. I wrote a good article yesterday about how to prevent fibroids from turning into cancer. You need to read that. Subscribe to our email list. Just subscribe to everything, okay? The link is in my bio. All right, love you guys. Have a beautiful day. And if you guys want to subscribe to my email list, YouTube, be sure to click the link in my bio. Also, click the link and subscribe to the Sacred Womb Letters in the description box. Sorry, not the bio. You guys know y'all know what I mean. It's the description box for YouTube. All right, bye. You guys have a beautiful day. Bye, ladies. Bye, YouTube.